All right. At the bottom of our legal stack is the OMG WTF stack.
Okay.
The grand jury hearing evidence against the Trump Organization is set to expire this week, amid reports that Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg will not apply for an extension. So obviously, the two prosecutors resigned. The resignation letter said they believed they'd accumulated enough evidence to charge Trump with multiple felonies related to falsifying business records. Pomerantz told Bragg he personally harbors no doubt whether Trump committed crimes. He did. So here we are, where he tried to say no, it's ongoing, but it certainly doesn't look like it, does it?
It definitely does not look like it's ongoing. Number one, he returned all the documents that Michael Cohen had provided. Those have been returned to Michael Cohen. If you have an ongoing investigation, you wouldn't have returned them. The fact that the grand jury is expiring and there's no evidence of a renewal is another clue. It is inexplicable to me because the crime seems self-evident. It's also inexplicable to me why there hasn't been an announcement about the audit. Donald Trump has been under audit since 2015 when he announced and said, I can't give you my records, which is a lie, of course. He could have, but he's saying, I'm under audit. Well, no audit takes this long. Either the department and Donald Trump need to announce it's over and there's no liability, or they need to take action to collect the debt that he probably owes to the United States of America. And there are all these other cases pending that you go like, what's taking so long?
Yeah.
And
it seems so clear to the layperson that he committed insurance fraud, bank fraud, tax fraud. I cannot explain what's happened with, and it doesn't sound like, quite honestly, like Cy Vance did much about the Trump crime breaking and then, passed the bag to Bragg. And I don't know. I can't explain what happened. Can you?
He did. According to what I'm understanding, is that he basically said to the two prosecutors, take this and get all the evidence into the grand jury. And they ran out of time before he left office. And so they didn't return indictments with full expectation that Bragg would see the evidence the same way Vance did and would approve an indictment. Why did they not push it faster while Vance was still in office? Well, that is a question, I have to admit. And another thing you learn as a prosecutor is you could investigate forever and wait for the perfect case.
Yeah.
There is no such thing. And when you have crimes that are what we would call low-hanging fruit, things you see in plain sight, you need to know what the grand jury knows. I've seen enough in the public record to say, I think there's an indictable case and convict. But remember, Manafort had a Trumper on the jury who voted to convict him on all counts because she said, as a juror, I was sworn to pay attention to the evidence, and the evidence was clear. He was guilty.
Okay, real quick, it's just one, a side note from here. A state judge in New York has determined that Cushman & Wakefield, a global real estate corporation, lied and broke its own internal policies to help the Trump Organization inflate the value of its assets to fraudulently secure better loan deals. The judge's surprising assertions were included in his court order yesterday, which he formally directed them to turn over documents to Tish James. What do you make of Tish James' case, real quick?
I think it looks like a good case. It's not criminal because her authority is civil, but any accountability is important at this point.
Yeah.
And as you said, for all of us, it seems obvious that he's been playing the numbers, that he gets a benefit by saying it's not worth very much in terms of paying taxes. And then he goes and says, it's worth 5 times that.
11 billion.
Yeah, exactly. So he just makes up the numbers. And I'm sorry, Cushman & Wakefield is an otherwise reputable firm, but it does seem like they were in his thrall and did the wrong thing. So they need to be held accountable too.
That's going to be the story. The people that just destroyed their reputations did whatever they did for Donald Trump. It's just amazing. Amazing. All right. So a man that's afraid of fruit. Anyway, let's just leave that there. Thank you, Jill. Sisters-in-Law is the fantastic hit podcast.
Yep.
Get it. And the book is Watergate Girl. We love you, Jill. See you next time.
Thank you so much. Love you too.
All right. Bye, honey.
Jill.